Hello and welcome to the second video in the series of elevator troubleshooting. In this video we're going to talk about the actual elevator, what it looks like, and some of the different components that are on the elevator so you can get familiar with it. So let us begin. Okay, here's a picture of the elevator. And as you can see, we have the doors right here. There's two doors there, an upper and a lower. And then right here will be upper and the lower also. Then we have bar stops, which is red. And then you got another one down there. Then you have these rollers. These are used to advance the containers into and out of the elevator. Then you got like an E-stop here. You got an E-stop pull cord, and then you have other devices, photo cells, that actually let the programmable logic controller know that there's containers in here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to identify some of the devices that are hidden from the drawing right here, but they are there though. So let's go down here. Okay, here we have a top view of the lift. Now this lift has a lot of components on it. So let me briefly touch on how it would operate one more time. Okay, so here you have the lift chamber. This is the actual lift right here, and this is the ram that pushes it up. Well, you got two doors on this side, two doors on this side. And what happens is you got pins that come out. This lift actually sets on pads. It's 4 of them. And those pins come out before it gets to whatever particular floor. And then the lift actually goes up a little bit. The pins come out and then it comes down. So let's go through one scenario of where a container is coming in. So a container come in here. Then the bar stops come up, the doors close, the lift raises up, and the pins go in, and then the lift goes all the way up. Once it gets above this floor, the pins come out, then the lift comes down and rests on the pads up there. Then the doors open, and then the containers come out. So when they go back downstairs, it's going to do something similar, but once it's going to go into a fast speed when it's coming down here. Then when they get somewhere in this area right here, it's going to start slowing down, and then it's going to almost stop, and then the pins come out, and then it goes down a little bit more and rests on the pads. If there's no problems or anything, then the doors are open and the containers will come out. Now, let's go back to the other diagram here. So, as I was saying, this is internal view of the lift. Now, it's so many subsystems on this lift. What we're going to focus on is the operation of these doors that's tied to this relay panel, which is right here. This relay panel right here controls the door motors. It has safety circuits, and it has timing circuits and circuits to protect the motor. The motors that open the doors up. Some of the sensors, this is what some of the sensors look like. Like this is one of the floor limit switches. This is some of the other type of limit switches right here. These are the relays that the limit switches control. And then here you can see these cords right here. Those are pull cords. So if anything goes wrong, then you can pull that cord, or one of the maintenance guys can pull it, because usually they're the ones that would have to troubleshoot this system without a container being in there. So let's go back. So like I said, you have a lot of different sensors and stuff on here to tell if there is an actual container. There's bigger holes in there. I know you probably can't see it, but there's photo cells that shine up through there. And so here is a layout of all the different devices that's on this lift. So we have the bar stops. Then we got another bar stop right there. Then we have the photo cells of when the lift comes in. Now there's limit switches also in these bar stops, so the bar stop will know that it's at the top position when it's all the way up and when it's all the way down. So there's limit switches for that. Then you have overhang limit switches or overhang photo cells that make sure that the container is all the way in here. Then you have other photo cells, these right here, that make sure that there is a container there. Here's some more right here. Then you got these overhang photo cells. Then you got these motors right here. Well, these motors right here, these are deck motors. So this motor right here is going to control these rollers. So that's what actually turns these rollers. This one turns the rollers on this side. Now this motor right here is an actuator motor, and what it does is makes the pins go out. Pins come in and the pins go out. And they come out probably about this far. And they sit on a pad. So it's 4 pins that's in each lift. So see, that says IL2-pins. So it's 4 of those IL2 pins. And it's got limit switches in there, so the pins will know how far to come out and how far to go back. So what we're going to be interested in, the circuits that we're going to be interested in, is just a little bit different. A lot of these sensors are going to have to be made in order for that circuit to work, but what we're really going to be interested in is the circuits that make these doors open and close. Because that's one of the hardest understood parts of the system. So let's go back up there. See this relay panel right here? See all these different relays and stuff in here? All these different relays are used to control the doors that makes them open and close. So that's what we're going to cover in this class. Okay, so if we go back to here, you have to watch the video on the introduction to the lift system, and then you watch this video on the lift operation and where each device is located. And then you're going to complete the process chart on the entire operation, and then you will have an assessment on the sensor operation. So these will be your assignments for this week.